Andrew, the High Court in the last hour or so has released the reasoning, and there's one section in particular which the government will seek to use to legislate, you would imagine, sooner rather than later.
You would think so, Kieran. So the High Court in the last hour appears to have green-lighted a system of preventive detention for some of the 141 detainees with criminal records that have been released by this controversial NZYQ court decision. In reasons published this afternoon, the High Court says that its decision does not prevent any immigration detainees that have been released from being removed from Australia, quote, nor would grant of that relief we've given prevent detention of the plaintiff on some other applicable statutory basis, such as under a law providing for preventive detention of a child sex offender who presents an unacceptable risk of reoffending if released from custody. So that's kind of the test, unacceptable risk of reoffending. The High Court said that to detain someone in immigration detention when they didn't have a prospect of removal from that detention breached the Constitution. The Home Affairs Minister Claire O'Neill confirmed last week the government was considering preventive detention laws to deal with the detainees, but were waiting for the full reasons of the High Court to be published. Under that system, the government would need to apply to a court for a preventive detention order. And the opposition has called on the government to introduce a preventive detention system for the detainees. So it looks like that's where we're headed. In a statement this afternoon, Home Affairs Minister Claire O'Neill and Immigration Minister Andrew Clennell said the government noted the decision, quote, community safety remains the utmost priority of the government, which will continue to work with authorities to carefully consider the implications and finalise rigorous and robust legislation. It also looks from this judgment, Kieran, that the High Court lost patience. We've been reporting last couple of days on the government was trying to get the US to take this detainee who was subject to the case. They said, look, this went on, and the US didn't agree, so they came to their decision.
Interesting.